tell us, how does this breast massage work? How does it get past that discomfort in touching our breasts?
The discomfort is basically just in our head. And as soon as we start to drop into our bodies and we start putting our own hands on ourselves, it just feels normal, natural. And there is literally something, it's magic. Like what happens when you start touching your body, this is literally where your heart, our ability to love others, nurture, but love ourselves, nurture ourselves is activated. And it changes literally our perceptions of ourselves. So it becomes such a natural, easy thing to do that we don't think it twice.
How could your breast massage ritual start to change some of the baggage we feel about our breasts?
That's such a beautiful question. I think that it changes your own relationship with yourself. And anytime that you want to change something, it starts with you. And so once you start to change maybe how you think, how you view, how you interact with yourself and certain body parts, you also change how others interact with you. You might not accept certain comments, attitude anymore because now you value yourself differently.
Welcome to yourbrilliance.com. I'm your host, Amy Waterman. And today we are talking about bodies, our own bodies, and specifically a part of the body that just doesn't get enough love, our breasts. Now, when we usually think about our breasts, we're usually either complaining, they're too big or too small or too saggy, or we're just stuffing them inside a bra and forgetting about them. They are the bane of our lives. Well, unless, of course, you've got perfect breasts, in which case they're a blessing. But Céline Remy has a different perspective. She wants us to see our breasts in a whole new light, not just as body parts useful for feeding children or attracting men, but rather as a gateway to creativity and feminine power. Sound too out there? Well, wait and hear some of the science Celine is about to share about why your bra could be causing your breast to sag, why breast massage can tone and lift your breasts better than any cream, and one of the best ways to prevent breast cancer. Welcome, Celine.
Thank you, Amy.
Now, this is the second time you've been on the show. And for those of you watching, I really urge you to check out our interview with Celine on the power of pleasure, where you can learn how you can become more magnetic simply by tuning into your own pleasure. But Celine, since then, I know that you have been working on a new program, and it is called the Breast Massage Class. Tell us about that.
Well, first of all, I am so excited to be back and having another conversation with you because I know it's so needed for us to talk about pleasure, bodies, and the breast massage is so dear to my heart. It is a practice that I have been doing for myself for over 15 years, and it has really transformed my relationship with my body, with how I feel about myself, with how connected to my orgasm and pleasure. And it is one of the most amazing things that I love to teach. I've been teaching it like all around the world every time I travel, and it's just the most beautiful sight. In one of the time I was on Maui in a room with 100 different women, everyone got topless and followed my sequence. And everywhere I would look, I would only just see beauty. All the different shape, the different bodies, and all these women together massaging their breasts, activating their heart energy and opening up. It was just like, I have such fondness about this memory. I just love it.
What I think about that is I think about, how often have we, those of us listening, touched our breasts in any other way, aside from, we wash it when we take a shower. And maybe some of us, only few of us, do breast exams. And that's not for pleasure. That's searching for cancerous lumps, which is not necessarily a great thing. But one of the things I think about is even that we don't do enough. We're so uncomfortable touching our breasts, even though we know that almost half of breast cancer cases are caught not by mammograms, but by women touching their own breasts and actually feeling what's going on in there. So can you tell us, how does this breast massage work? How does it get past that discomfort in touching our breasts?
The discomfort is basically just in our head. And as soon as we start to drop into our bodies and we start putting our own hands on ourselves, it just feels normal, natural. And there is literally something, it's magic. Like what happens when you start touching your body, this is literally where your heart, our ability to love others, nurture, but love ourselves, nurture ourselves, is activated. And it changes literally our perceptions of ourselves. So it becomes such a natural, easy thing to do that we don't think it twice. And what's beautiful is that in the massage, we're focusing on breast health. We're not focusing on finding something wrong or like poking. Like the focus is literally on health, on just like beauty, pleasure. And that shifts something, because if it's your intention, when you do something with that intention, that's what you start to cultivate. So the more you focus on this health, on this goodness, the more you start to feel it in your body as well.
So I have to ask, one of the benefits of breast massage is toning and lifting the breast. So let's focus on the health benefits here. Talk to us about how we can increase our breast health by giving ourselves regular massages.
Just the simple movements that you're doing is going to activate the circulation. So it's basic science that you can do that anywhere. The more you're just going to activate, like massage it, you're going to activate the circulation. Some of the practices and strokes are designed to help to like clear out the lymph. So it helps with that also, not just like the blood circulation, but elimination of toxins, of things. We live in an environment that's always bombarding us from the air we breathe, the food we eat, with toxins. And unfortunately, when we wear really tight clothing, everything gets stuck and trapped, and there's no way for those toxins to like come out. So when you do specific move, let's say like underneath your armpits, you're starting to activate the lymph nodes, releasing that, and comes out. And it's not specifically targeted to lifting or toning, but you could literally measure yourself. Just the act of like changing your posture, activating the circulation, there can be a slight increase just in the tone. It only lasts maybe a few hours, but there is something that is happening in the body when you do it just from the movements themselves.
So one of the things that we all think that we're supposed to do is wear those tight constricting garments around our boobs. And of course, they're called bras. And we hear that 80% of us wear the wrong size bra, so we're getting it misfit. But you actually say that we should throw away those bras. And fashion models agree with you. This is the thing for top models, and it looks great on the runway. But how can we convince women who've been wearing bras all their life to get rid of them for a day?
I love to challenge anyone who is watching today to take a week of like bra free and just see how you feel. Maybe it will take a little bit of planning, because obviously when you wear a bra, you never really think twice about what you're buying. It doesn't matter if you see through, because you're like, oh, well, I have a bra underneath. So I'm more discerning when I buy certain clothes. So like, for example, I'm not wearing any bra today. I mean, can you tell? Maybe, maybe not. It looks great. I'm wearing something where you don't see my nipples and it feels great. And it's simply like trying something different. Like, you don't have to like show everybody, oh, look at me, I'm not wearing any bras. You can wear something that's like not see-through, that gives you maybe even, there's some fabrics that give you maybe a little bit more hold, where you feel like you're like being held a little bit without being compressed. That could be like an alternative, but just give it a try. Maybe start at home. who cares? You're at home, uh, don't wear any bra when you sleep. Like, this is something that I hear, like women that still sleep with their bras. I'm like take it off as soon as you're home. Take it off when you sleep. Maybe take it off when you go for a walk in nature. There might be situations that you can start to do, or maybe you're going to like I don't know, you're going to go listen to like a sex talk, something about sexuality, where sexuality is appreciated. Well, why not ditching the bra that day, this might be situations, or you go to a friend's home and, you feel safe. So like maybe like pick and choose when you want to do that.
And what's wonderful about this is that this is changing our relationship with our breasts, because again, the way we think about it is our breasts are going to sag. Oh my goodness, we need to wear a bra to keep them sagging. Or the other terrible thing, our breasts are potential areas for cancer. Oh my goodness, the only reason I'm going to touch my breast is to see if I've got cancer. Our breasts, and the other interesting piece of this, which I wanted to bring up, was Dr. Christiane Northrup talks a lot about how our breasts have a connection to our tendency to nurture. And she writes something that was so powerful to me, and I had never realized I did it until I read this. And she writes, as with their genitals, women often feel that their breasts exist for the pleasure and benefit of someone other than themselves. So not only do we have breasts as a potential problem, they could sag, they could get cancer, but also the only real benefit we see is, well, they're attractive to men, or, we need them to feed our children. How can your breast massage ritual start to change some of the baggage we feel about our breasts?
That's such a beautiful question. I think that it changes your own relationship with yourself. And anytime that you want to change something, it starts with you. And so once you start to change maybe how you think, how you view, how you interact with yourself and certain body parts, you also change how others interact with you. You might not accept certain comments, attitude anymore, because now you value yourself differently. You might say stop when something hurts, because now you're more familiar what feels good and what doesn't. You might say, let me show you how I like it. And all of these reframe, like all of these different ways start from within. So the breast massage allows you to develop a totally new relationship with your body. But it also gives you a confidence, because you now know you're not being saved by somebody else. Again, that's somebody else bringing you pleasure or telling you what feels good. You are like deciding for yourself what works for you.
That's wonderful. One of the things when you talked about the boundaries about telling what feels good and what doesn't feel good, I think about mammograms, and I think about how much pain women go through to get this breast screening test. And you've been talking about thermography. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So I have never had a mammogram. So I only have been told how uncomfortable, painful, and invasive that is. And I do not wish to go through that. And, I've been practicing my daily massage for 15 years. I feel very healthy. I have a connection with my breasts. I feel them, when I'm ovulating, when I'm about to bleed and they swell up. Like, I'm very familiar with their movements throughout my cycles and of any like sensations in the body. But I was asking myself, what else is there? And that got me to research. And we don't talk much about it, even with the breast cancer awareness. We always talk about mammograms, but thermography is a non-invasive ways to detect if there's any anomalies within your breast, even years before the mammograms could detect it. Because basically what it does, it detects changes in heat in the body. And I spoke with a woman who does this because I was just like fascinated. And you can do that for every body part. So you could just do it just for the breast or do your entire body. And she was telling me stories about how you can find things before they even like literally physically crystallize. She told me about her husband who had the beginning of a like jaw infection that was like from some cavity, but it hadn't like all started, but they saw the redness in his jaw, and he went and got it clear before there was a massive infection. And it's the same with the breast. You can see like different through the different of the colors. So the colors show like red, there's like heat, and there's blue and greens. It's really cool to see that. Then you can see, okay, there's like a heat, there's something here that's not normal. And then you can take action based on that, but there's no pain. There's basically no pain. It's kind of just like a scan on the body. And so I was like, why aren't we talking more about this? Because there's like no side effect, no pain, and there's better detection.
See, and that is exactly it. We're not talking about it because as women, we've been taught that our breasts aren't for our pleasure and benefit, and our breasts, we're used to experiencing pain. That's what we're told we're supposed to. And so maybe our culture needs to change to honor our breasts more than we do. Now, so let's say there's somebody watching this and they're thinking, I love all of this, but I still have that embarrassment factor. Like, what if I started to do my own breast massage ritual and my partner walked in on me, and how can we encourage women to get over that just last little bit of embarrassment and discomfort about what they're doing?
Mm-hmm. I believe communication is key. So I would literally talk to like my partner and say, I'm starting this new practice and it's very new. And it's like, I'm still very embarrassed. And like, please, can you give me 10 minutes? It literally takes like between 6 to 10 minutes to do the entire routine. So it's a very short time. So why not say, okay, I'm going to go in the bedroom right now. I'm going to close the door. Please, let me do my routine, like my cultivation of my practice. And then I can invite you in. Just don't walk on me. So that's one way you set a boundary. Again, this is like amazing because it's asking for what you want. That's one way. I mean, the other way, you literally could go and lock yourself into a place that has a lock. But ideally, I love the idea that rather than making it something that's shameful or a secret, it's honoring it and saying, this is what I'm going to be doing, but it is a self-practice. And I don't invite distractions. I'm not taking my phone. I'm not inviting my partner. I just want to do this for myself as a gift to myself.
That's beautiful because again, it's something that you do for you. It's not, your breasts are not for the pleasure and benefit of others. They are for you. And that is so, so different. So I wanted to actually talk to you about something we had talked about before the interview. 6 to 10 minutes. What time of day should you be doing this? Is this every day? How do you incorporate this extra time into your schedule, into your routine?
Yeah. I recommend to either do it in the morning, kind of like after you got out of the shower. The massage is done without oil because there's different movements. And if you put oil, it becomes too slippery. So it's super easy to just do it before you put your clothes on. And then it's not all oily, so you can literally get dressed right after. Or some women love to do it at night or as soon as they come home from work. If they felt obligated to wear a bra, they love to take it off and then give their breast some good, like much needed love from having been constricted all day long. And be like, this is my transition time into relaxation. So I like to see it as a ritual. And by ritual, what I mean is something that you do every single day with an intentional purpose. Whether it's in the morning to help you be aware that you have a body and staying connected to your body throughout the entire day, or whether it's in the evening to help you unwind and transition from life stresses into your like relaxation space, into like that serenity place, that you home. Basically, it's coming back to your home through your breasts.
Oh, that's fantastic. And for those of you watching, if you're as excited about this as I am, we've got a link for you to go and check it out for yourself. It is yourbrilliance.org/massage. So just go to yourbrilliance.org/massage. Now, Celine, we're coming to an end. Thank you so much for this valuable information. And I wanted to know if you had any last message for our viewers.
Take your health and pleasure in your own hands. Don't wait for somebody to give you permission. Take responsibility to create the pleasure, the love, and the joy that you want in your life.
Wonderful. Thank you, Celine, and thank you out there for watching. We hope to see you again soon. Until then, let your brilliance shine.